Rain starts falling outside your window right now. Your shoulders drop. You pull a blanket over your legs without thinking about it. Something in you settles, like a switch flipping in the dark. You call it cozy, you call it peaceful, but the real answer is far stranger than comfort. Your brain isn't relaxing because rain is pretty. It's relaxing because rain once meant something very specific to your ancestors. It meant danger was about to disappear. It meant predators were about to go quiet. It meant the world was about to get safer, not scarier. And your nervous system never got the memo that any of that has changed. Go back 200,000 years. No roof, no walls, just open grassland, patchy forest, and a body that had to stay alert every waking hour. Predators hunted at night, in dry brush, under clear skies where sound traveled and movement was easy. Rain changed all of that instantly. Heavy rainfall floods scent trails, it muffles footsteps, it drives most large predators into shelter because a soaked cold predator burns more energy for less reward. For early humans crouched in a cave or under a rock ledge, the sound of a storm wasn't a threat. It was a curtain closing on every threat waiting outside. Isabel Joy Baer and Richard Thomas, two Australian researchers, gave this feeling a name in 1964. They called it Petrichor. That's the scent released when rain hits dry earth, a mix of plant oils and a soil compound called geosmin. Baer and Thomas discovered that this smell isn't random, it's a chemical signal, one your nose is unusually good at detecting. Some scientists suggest even better than a shark detects blood in water. Why would evolution sharpen your sense for the smell of rain specifically? Because for a species without waterproof shelter, smelling rain before it fully arrived was survival information. It meant time to find cover, time to gather children, close off the cave entrance, move the fire deeper inside. Your ancestors who noticed that smell early and acted on it outlived the ones who didn't. So when petrichor drifts through your window today and your whole body seems to exhale, that's not poetry. That's an alarm system your brain built a long time ago, now firing for a threat that isn't there anymore, in a body that still remembers the drill. Here's where it gets stranger. Rain doesn't just smell safe to you, it sounds safe. Steady rainfall produces something close to white noise, a smooth wash of frequencies with no sudden spikes, no cracking twig, no distant footstep. Sleep researchers have long noted that this kind of sound is one of the most reliable tools for helping a restless brain fall asleep, precisely because it drowns out the sharp, unpredictable noises your brain is wired to flag as danger. Think about what your brain is built to listen for at night. A snapped branch, a low growl, a voice that shouldn't be there. Rain erases all of it. It replaces 1,000 small unknowns with one large, steady, predictable sound. And a predictable environment, to a brain shaped by unpredictable danger, reads as an environment where you can finally stop watching the tree line. This is why so many people fall asleep faster during a storm, not despite the noise, but because of it. It isn't an accident of modern sound design, it's an old nervous system finally getting the one thing it always wanted, permission to stop being on guard. Now, here's the twist, the part almost nobody expects. Rain shouldn't feel this good, statistically speaking. Rain has killed people. Flash floods, hypothermia, lightning, collapsed shelters. For most of human history, a storm could be just as lethal as the predators it chased off. So why didn't evolution make you fear rain the way you fear the dark? The answer seems to be timing. A predator could kill you in seconds with no warning at any moment its instincts chose. Rain almost never works that way. Rain builds. You smell it first. You hear the wind shift. You see the sky change color, usually minutes or hours before the first drop falls. That gap gave your ancestors something predators never offered. Time to prepare, time to gather children, close off the cave entrance, move the fire deeper inside. A threat with a warning system is not experienced the same way as a threat without one. Psychologists studying fear and predictability have found again and again that unpredictable danger creates far more chronic stress than predictable danger, even when the predictable danger is objectively more damaging. Your brain doesn't rank threats by how much harm they can do. It ranks them by how much control you feel you have over seeing them coming. Rain gave your ancestors control, and control, to a brain built by millions of years of vigilance, feels almost as good as actual safety. There's a modern mirror to all of this, and it shows up in research most people never connect to weather at all. Psychologist David Watson, who spent decades studying mood using tools he helped design, found that people's emotional states shift with weather changes, though not always the way you'd expect. Sunshine doesn't automatically mean happiness, and rain doesn't automatically mean sadness. What seems to matter more is contrast and expectation, and whether the weather lines up with what your body was braced for. That lines up with something else entirely, research on attention and mental fatigue from psychologists Stephen Kaplan and Mark Berman, who found that exposure to natural environments, including the sensory rhythm of things like falling rain, can restore a tired, overstimulated mind faster than exposure to busy, artificial environments. Your ancestors' brains were built for input like this: water sounds, shifting light, wind moving through leaves. A city sidewalk under fluorescent light is a completely foreign soundscape by comparison, one your nervous system never had time to adapt to. So when you close your laptop after a long day, put on a rain sound recording, and feel your whole chest loosen, you're not manufacturing a fake sense of calm. You're recreating one of the oldest safety signals your species ever developed, using a speaker instead of a cave mouth. Some researchers have gone even further, studying the effect of negative ions, charged particles that increase in concentration during and after a storm. Early studies suggested these ions might have a small mood-lifting effect on some people, though the evidence here is far less settled than the psychology of sound and smell. What is settled is this: your body responds to rain as a full sensory event, not a single trigger. Smell, sound, light, and even air pressure all shift at once, and your brain evolved to treat that specific combination as a signal worth relaxing for. Consider how differently you respond to a sudden downpour versus a slow, building storm you can see coming. The sudden one spikes your heart rate, you run for cover. Your ancestors would have done the exact same thing, scrambling for shelter with no time to prepare. But the storm you watch roll in from a distance, the one you have 30 minutes to get ready for, that's the one that makes you sleepy, makes you reach for a blanket, makes you want to sit by a window and just watch. That difference is not random. It is the same warning gap advantage your ancestors relied on, still running quietly in your body today. There's a reason working from home during a rainstorm feels different than working during a rainstorm you're stuck outside in. There's a reason a rainy Sunday indoors feels restorative, while a rainy commute feels miserable. Your brain isn't responding to the rain itself, it's responding to whether the rain finds you sheltered or exposed, the exact same variable that determined survival 200,000 years ago. This is also why so many people report their best, deepest sleep during a storm, provided they're indoors and dry. It isn't the rain lulling you unconscious, it's your nervous system finally accepting that the one thing it's always scanning for, unpredictable danger, has been temporarily replaced by something loud, steady, and utterly predictable. For a few hours, your ancestors' oldest fear takes the night off. Think about the last time it rained while you were safe inside. Maybe you didn't reach for your phone as much as usual. Maybe you didn't feel the low hum of needing to be somewhere, doing something, watching for something. That quiet you felt wasn't emptiness. It was your ancestors' curfew, the one that used to mean everyone is inside, the fire is lit, and nothing is coming for us tonight. Rain starts falling outside your window right now. Your shoulders drop, and for the first time, you understand exactly why.